Hi guys, Akil here from AkilBrown.com. Today is part 2 of the how to make money with Amazon. Okay, so now I'm going to walk through exactly what steps you need to take. So of course most of you know what Amazon is, so you just need to go to Amazon.com. Now I'm going to repeat to you the criteria that I usually look at or that I've learned to use when I'm looking for a product on Amazon. So right as you can see, I'm on Amazon.com. So one of the things you need to look at is in the left hand corner, different options. Now books, films and the Kindle, I wouldn't really go after that particular market. Now since I'm in the UK, this is Amazon.uk, sorry, Amazon.co.uk. Now for those who are in your local country, we're talking about Amazon.com, so you know it works either way, the associate program. So now what I usually do is look through electronics, computers, gardens, each of these categories to see what type of website I'm thinking about. Now, one of the things you should do before you even go to Amazon is think about what you've recently bought recently. If that makes sense. What have you purchased recently online or in the store that can be brought from Amazon? For example, I recently just brought a camera, a Fuji. I think it's not too sure the exact model, but it's a Fuji camera, which is something that you can look into also, which is a very competitive niche. But it's your choice. So what I usually do is go into, let's say for this example, I was going to go to camera. So I'll go into camera. What are the things that I usually check out? You can go through each one of these lists here. Digital cameras, digital SLR cameras. Now these are very competitive niches, but if you're going to focus on a specific camera or a specific type of camera, for example, it could be like a digital camera or SLR camera or compact system camera. Now, of course, most of these domain names will be taken, but this gives you an example of what stuff to go after. For example, if you were to go create a site about camcorders, you can do HD camcorders, or you can do pocket camcorders, or you can do professional camcorders. So you just need to look into each one of those categories and get while you're at it, get a notepad out, or sorry, yeah, notepad, and write down the ideas when you go through each one. For example, I would write down camera and photos or photo, and then if I was going to go into the digital camera, I'd type in the digital camera, digital cameras. So for this example, just run you through a quick example just to show you guys what I usually do. Another thing you would need to click on is bestsellers. Like, say you can see exactly why, this is what's selling, so this is what people are going to buy, going to purchase, so this is what they're actually purchasing. So this is why you should start with a proven product or a core focus. Make sure you know exactly what your site's going to be about. Don't specifically target like a brand name site. For example, don't do Sony digital cameras, because you have a brand name in there and Sony might contact you and say, I've read this on Joseph's site, Joseph Arnold sites, that he's a SEO guy, that says, well, he states that, well, I've read this in other places, but you shouldn't go after a brand name. And one of the things to check online is Google. If you type in the brand name and you see other websites with that name, then it should be safe to a certain point. Usually if it's like Coca-Cola, you definitely know it's not going to happen. If it's like Apple, a lot of people do Apple product, and Apple has made their name through other people promoting their product, so that's why Apple's okay with it. So let's get back to cameras. So I'll go to cameras and photos in the bestseller. As you can see, most of the secure digital cards are top sellers, but we don't want that right now. We want to look at picture frames or digital cameras. So as you can see, the top camera is the Panasonic Lumix FZ45. So one of the criteria that I usually pick is to see if it's available to purchase new, if it has more than a 4-star rating, and if it has more than 10 reviews. So this one has 139 reviews. You can buy it new for 199, I believe, or new and used from 199, but the price is 215. and has more than a 4-star rating. So this is one of the cameras that I would actually put down on my list, as a just a general. We're not going into too much keyword focus. We're not gonna focus so much on the brand. We're just gonna look through and say, okay, does it match the criteria? Does it have a 4-star rating? Yes. Does it cost more than $100 or £100? Sometimes I usually do £75 or more, but it all depends on what you're going after. If it's just a small niche and you just want to test it out, you can go for a smaller product which has is not so competitive and is cheaper. So just do remember, if you're going for a cheap product and you just want to sell that specific product specifically, you're gonna get, usually Amazon pays 5 to 6%. So just imagine, as I stated in the previous post, $50 product at 5% gives you about $2.50. So you just need to have a lot of people buying that particular product. So as you can see, this is one of the top best sellers. You can scroll down or click on digital SLR bestsellers, so you can see why these are very competitive markets, because you're looking at a sometimes 400 to 500 pound or 600 pound product times 6% commission if you have a lot of people buying. Then you could also check into compact system cameras, and of course lenses sales. And you can see these are some of the top selling cameras. So if you scroll down, you'll see, okay, does this one meet the the Sony NEX5 NDB compact camera? So does this meet the specific criteria? It has a 4-star rating, one review, so no, and it costs more than $100. Sometimes it depends on you. It doesn't have to be $100, but what I've learned is $100 should be worth it in order to make a site about. Alright, so we have digital cameras. We have like 4 different types of cameras here. So we have a digital camera, digital SLR cameras, compact system cameras, and point and shoot digital cameras. So what you can do is probably copy all of these criteria and paste them into your notepad. So now that we have 4 different areas to focus on, what you can do is go here again and scroll down and go through each one if you want to, or if you know exactly what type of product you want to promote, you can just go straight to it and write it down in your notepad and have an idea of it. So I'll give you another example. For me, I like to look into baby products, because there's a lot of people recently having a lot of babies, so obviously they need to go online or go buy a whole bunch of products or baby essential products. So not all of these products will be over a target amount, so you need to just look at, okay, the criteria that I stated before. Is it more than, this one is £63, but you can buy it new. We'll just check and see what ratings, but scroll back up and you click on bestseller. So you want to see what the bestsellers are for the bestsellers in baby. So you can scroll down and see the prices. As you can see, they're very low price products. People probably buy them in large, well, not 1 or 2 for a large quantity. So you can see why they're top bestsellers, because they're cheap and affordable. But you don't really want to create a site about something that's cost $8.17. Maybe you want to do like a baby essential site and list all of these products, as different products parents should buy for their babies. So that's one idea that you can look into. Let me just see. I'm trying to see what else. Pushchairs and trailers are pretty expensive, so that's another idea which you can look into. Pushchairs very expensive over here, so sometimes the McLaren or the eye candy usually costs like 400-500 quid. So for example, you can probably look into pushchairs and see what other topics. So one of the topics I would probably, can you buy this one? This one has 19 reviews, which is more than the criteria, 10. That's 4-star rating, which is good, and it costs more than £100, which actually is on sale, which you can also promote that when you create you can say save $74.98 from this particular buying this particular product. And scroll down, you can have a quick look through, and then in the next video I'm going to show you exactly to take these ideas and go and use what everyone knows, well, everyone who's an internet marketer, who's on the online world, about Google keyword research. So in the next video I'm going to show you exactly how I take these criteria from Amazon and look up and check to see whether it's a good niche to get into. Alright, so look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Take it easy.